Is the exit that way, or is the exit that way? Well, hopefully these are questions you'll never have to ask yourself inside of a cave. My name is Michael Keller, and in today's video, I'm going to share with you how you can remember the way out of a cave. And even if you're not a cave explorer and you like hiking, off-roading, or just going out into the jungle, into nature and exploring, this video is going to help you out. I'm going to share with you the tips that cave explorers use that everyone else can use to help remember the way out of a cave or a dangerous situation. My first tip for you is to always look back. When you're going into a cave or a forest or jungle, riding a dirt bike, whatever it is, and there are many choices of where you can go, you can feel like you have a great memory of, oh, I remember this rock structure, this very unique rock structure, or something like that. So you go, okay, I'm going to take a left here, I'm going to take a right there, and then a left here. But then the problem is when you come back the same way, it looks completely different. This way coming in here looks totally different when I look back right now. My perspective from over there is just 100% different, such so that if I were to close my eyes and spin around a few times, it would actually be very hard to figure out if the exit was that way or that way or that way. So that's my first tip, is to look back. And then my second tip is, if you're more of a logical person, be reasonable in the number of moves forward you're making, and always follow an algorithm. Now this is very simple. What this means is if you enter a cave or you're going off-roading or hiking and there's this way, or this way, you always take lefts first. So for example, you go left, then you go left, then you go left, and you're turning back and looking back at the same time, so that way you can remember the way back into each room that you were just in. And then when you decide after 4 lefts that I want to get out of the cave, boom, you turn back, you go right, 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 right. Or you could go left, 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 and then you take one more left, oh, there's nothing, okay, 1 back, and then you take a right. Now this is a little bit complicated, so you might have to use your smartphone and write all this down, so that way it's like, okay, it's 4 lefts or whatever. Now my preferred method is just looking back and making sure that you have a ton of light. These caving headlights can last for a very long time, and especially if you have another battery, you might look at the stats and say, okay, I have 12 hours of caving headlight, I should be okay. Well, there's a huge difference between using your brightest setting right here versus being on this setting right here. And now we have this light right here, so I'm not sure to the extent that you guys can see the difference here. Hopefully you guys can, but there's a huge difference. And so this is another problem, is if you go into a cave or somewhere and it starts to get dark, like if you're off-roading on a dirt bike or hiking, or you're just in a cave and your lights are starting to run out of battery and so it starts going into a lower battery. If you came in on the brightest setting and you're trying to leave on a lower setting, it's going to be very, very difficult. So you should always have a ridiculous amount of lights, backup lights. You should have batteries, so that way when this light starts to when it starts blinking at me and it doesn't let me use the highest setting, I'm going to put it in my bag and immediately start charging it while I'm using my other battery. Batteries and whatnot, flashlights, all this stuff, they're very lightweight, they're relatively cheap, and it's pretty much your lifeline inside of a cave or whatever you're doing. And then there's one more tip, and that's that you could pick up a few rocks. I don't really have any here to show too well. I guess we could do something like this. You can pick up a rock like right here, and you can put your rocks down. Boom, boom, I don't know, something like this. And obviously I'm not putting a lot of attention into doing this properly. Okay, so we do this. Boom, we got that. And then here in the dirt right here, we could put like a big something just to make it really stand out. So that way, if you're going really deep, maybe you look back at this, and then when you turn back and you look at this, you go, oh, okay, right, so this is the man-made thing that I made that signifies the way out. And the problem with doing this is it's extremely time intensive. Another idea is that you could take photos or videos or whatever, so take photos of the way out as you're going in. But ultimately, the best tip that I can give you is to never bite off more than you can chew and never get into a panic situation. So I went cave exploring one time, and me and some friends were really, really deep. My friends were tired. I wanted to see what was in this way, this way, this way. So I just went a little bit ahead. And so I went like 2 rooms ahead, but I rushed a little bit too quickly. And when I turned back, I realized I wasn't sure if it was this way or this way. And so I ended up checking one of the ways, and it ended up taking me to a different room. And I instantly got this sense of massive panic and just kind of freaking out. And then I started getting all like excited and everything and trying to move really quickly. And after like a few minutes of that, I was like, all right, look, chill, be logical, be reasonable. And this is probably one of the last tips, is to just stay calm, stay chill. So if you're not sure of what the way out is, it's okay, because you should have came in prepared. And if you're watching this video now, be damn well prepared. So make sure people know where you are, what time you're going to be leaving the cave, so that way if that time comes and you're not out of the cave because you got lost inside of it, a rescue team can come in and they can get you. You should have enough lights so that way you could last days upon days inside of the cave with your backup batteries, so that way you can just be really chill and really relaxed. And so, okay, we lost the way inside of the cave, but we're gonna try this way, and then this way, and then this way, and you have a ton of water, a ton of food, so you're able to take care of yourself and not freak out. And another tip I would give, of course, is to never go alone. I do not go deep cave exploring alone. I will see the entrance of a cave, maybe, but even then that just scares the heck out of me. Always go with other people that can help to collaborate, and then do these little tips here or there, and never ever bite off more than you can chew. So you should always have a ton of light, food, water. People should know where you are, and this includes any activity. If you're gonna go for a hike, if you're gonna go off-roading, whatever it is, if you can just tell some rescue team where you're going to be, it's really worth it. And then that way, if something goes wrong, if the lights break and then somehow we drop the bag in water and we lose all our lights and now we're stuck in the cave, at least we can just sit around and hold our hands for 3-4 hours, and then someone else is going to come in and get us. So as with any adventure, make sure you're very well prepared. Look back frequently, place little markers, don't damage the cave or anything. You don't need to put litter or like big strings or whatever, unless you're going like really, really deep, and you can leave little string markers or something like that. But just be sure to not bite off more than you can chew. It's worth it if you take 5 steps forward to go 4 steps back and just confirm, okay, this is the way out of the cave. Now I memorized here and back, now we go further. Rather than going left, right, left, right, left, 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 right, right, left, right, left, and then trying to remember that. It's just not gonna happen. So cave safely, adventure safely, and hit subscribe for more amazing content. My name is Michael Keller, and I'll see you later.
They're out there looking for a home, and they've found one. Yours. They want that cozy place in your attic or under your foundation. Give them enough time, and you'll be paying big bucks to fix their damage. Wildlife X-Team specializes in removal and prevention of wildlife infestation, responsibly and professionally. Wildlife X-Team has earned the top-rated award from Home Advisors because they're experts at what they do. Just one call, and they're gone. 855-WILDLIFE or wildlifexteam.com.